One of the major problems that publishers have today in bringing premium video content online is that they want to ensure that the consumer has the absolute best viewing experience possible. Something that is, reminiscent of what exists today when you're watching content on your TV. And maybe many of you have noticed that in the online world, when you switch to an ad, you will see either a little hourglass widget, or you'll have a few seconds of black before the ad appears. And the problem is that what's kind of happening behind the scenes is analogous to if you had, let's say, two VCRs set up connected to your TV, and the first VCR had a tape that represents the content. So you're going along, you're watching the content, it's playing. But once an ad break happens, you have to hit pause on that first VCR, then run over to the second VCR and put in a tape for the ad, hit play, wait till the ad plays out, pause that, and then run back to the other VCR and continue the programming. So there's obviously, not a lot of accuracy in terms of pausing that VCR. There's the time that it takes to load up the ad. That's pretty much what's happening in the online world, and that is one of the problems that we're trying to solve with Primetime. So the way that we've designed Primetime is to allow for different ways to deploy the solution. So as part of Primetime, there are a variety of different Adobe video products, things like our player engines, our ad server system, our analytics product, Site Catalyst. And the benefit of Primetime is that we bring all of those solutions together. But we also recognize that in the online video world, there are multiple entities that might need to play into the Primetime solution. And interoperability, in particular in the advertising world, is very important because you have multiple entities who are actually making the ad decision for one piece of content. So as an example, if you're watching the latest episode of your favorite TV show online, the content owner who created that content, they may own some of the ad decisions in that piece of video, as well as the operator who is typically the one who's delivering that content to you through your set-top box. They too may actually own some of the ad decisions in that piece of video. So the Primetime solution, the component which we call Media Weaver, actually sits kind of as a central hub for all of the ad decisions coming in. It takes a look at what the ad calls that are coming in, what the video is, who the viewer is, and then it also takes into inputs all of the advertising rules that the publisher has put into the system, and then it decides where that ad call should go. So it can call the appropriate ad decision system for that particular piece of video, and it might actually call multiple systems. And then Media Weaver then takes those decisions that have been made by those different entities, and it takes the content and the ads, it stitches those two streams together. So there's one seamless stream coming into the video player, and the experience is like watching, one unified stream, much like the way that you see on TV today. With our Media Weaver solution, we've actually got two sort of high-level ways of deploying seamless ad insertion to devices. So you have a variety of different devices that you might be targeting. There's the desktop computers, mobile devices, some sort of lower CPU devices that don't have as much computing power. And with Primetime, we want to make sure that you can actually deliver content to any of those devices that you're trying to reach your audience on. So one option is to actually use Media Weaver and our sort of manifest stitching or stream stitching and execute that on the actual device itself. And for most devices, that actually works really well. There's a lot of control. We've done a lot of development and testing around making sure that there isn't a performance hit related to that. And so that's one option. There's another option where if you are reaching those devices that have kind of lower computing power, or if for deployment reasons it's more difficult to get a sort of customized video player on that device, we have an option to actually do the stitching upstream at the server level. And so by the time the stream actually hits the device, the content and the ads are actually already integrated into a single stream before it actually hits that device's playback engine. So we really want to make sure that any kind of deployment option, every deployment option that's necessary for publishers is available, and that way we can address all the major use cases for premium video publishers.